Hello everyone and welcome back to Moneyball. This is our series where we flip the tables on Football Manager itself and use stats to identify the players we're going to sign and play for those of you that are new to the series. But I think most of you have probably been watching for a little while now. So anyway, when we left off, we had a few outstanding transfers. We brought in a couple of players. So we managed to get Bradley Dack came in on a free transfer. 50% of the next sale was standard, but still was a free transfer. And I thought a brilliant sort of box midfielder backup for Potts, because Potts was supposed to be our starter, but we'll get to that in a second. Jerry Yates. Now, Jerry Yates was a player that we looked at the back end of last season, and he was one of the highest scorers across all the striker stats. But one of the problems that we had with him was, I think it was his headers win ratio was extremely low, and that's what put me off him. But it's got to the point where I've watched all these strikers that we've got. None of them have been doing the business, and I just thought he was the one striker that I could find. I went back through and looked that stood out as somebody that we could get for relatively cheap, and it had to be Jerry Yates. So he comes in right after he scored against us for Blackpool as well, Bellend. So yeah, he comes in for nearly £1 million there. Josh Harrop comes in on a free to be a backup box midfielder, and I'll tell you why in a second. And finally managed to get Marvin Ekpiteta. I don't know, maybe that. Right, he comes in. Now, he scored, I think, the best of all the centre-backs we could possibly get. The problem was at the time, I tried to buy him, I think, 3 times before in the summer, and every time he wanted like 27 grand a week, and we just couldn't get it down. And I decided, right, one more time we'll go in for him. Now, we managed to get him on a free transfer. He was transfer listed. And the best thing about it then is we managed to get him on a free transfer on 18 grand a week, and it was on the deadline day, and we had to adjust budgets to get him. And thank God the board let us do it, because we needed him desperately. So he comes in on a free transfer. We finally got our number 1 centre-back. Now, that is pretty good going for us. We've done incredibly well, and yet again this season we've made money. Like, we've done incredibly well financially for the football club. We've now got 9.2 million. We've now got 9.2 million in the bank balance, and we are 23 grand over our wage budget. But we've done a good job. So results went like this: we saw the 2-1 victory. We drew 0-0. Great. Lost to Blackpool. Jerry Yates scored. Like I said, I then bought Jerry Yates off them. Thank you. And I played him in this game. We were so good against West Brom, who were top of the league at the time. We absolutely dominated them. We created so many chances. And we did in that game as well, to be fair, against Blackpool. We created a load of chances, just couldn't score. We played really well in possession for those 2 games. We conceded 4 goals in the 2 of them. And just defensively, we were so poor. And it's either Kent or Dunn. One of them always seems to do badly. But one player consistently who's terrible is Remy Vita. Remy Vita is dropped from the team. He's now a backup left back. And hopefully by the time he comes back in, probably his attributes have gone up and he gets his trait that he's working on done. So until then, Mark Bowler's going to go in as our number 1 left back. And in terms of the back 4 then, it's going to be Marvin Ekpiteta is going to go in with Jimmy Dunn at the back, with Bowler and Barkusen as fullbacks. Dack and Ledson. Now, the reason is, I took out in the last victory that we just had, I took out Potts just because I think plays short, simple passes. There's something in his traits that's just not making him play very well. I put Bradley Dack in. Bradley Dack was brilliant in the game, and he scored as well on top of that. So I just thought, what an excellent decision to have him in the team, and Bradley Potts can just be a backup. I might eventually play them 2 together when they both actually learn to play CDM a bit more, but until then, Ledson will carry on as our starting pivot player. So that, as you look at, is our first team squad. Now, Josh Coyote hasn't scored, and he needs to score, otherwise he's going to come out of the team. So basically, I've got Wilkes, Admiral, and Josh Coyote. Those 3 trying to occupy that 1 slot there. The striker right slot is Yates, Cornick, and Burkhart, whichever one of those. Like, Burkhart played on the right wing, and he was destructive. He was running into half spaces, going wide, but everything he did, his final third production was just awful, absolutely dreadful. So it could be confidence. So I'm hoping eventually he gets back to it, but until then, we're going to stick with Cornick as a starting winger, who I did try up front for a couple of games. He's just not a good striker, so we're going to have to play him in the wide areas. So we've basically got Burkhart, Dale, and Cornick all occupy, and Horgan. We've got those 4 wide players with the 4 wide slots. The squad's looking pretty good. We're nearly there. Like, we've nearly got a championship promotion level team. We might even have it this season yet. We don't know. That's going to be the team for today's game then. And let's get into the game against Cardiff and see what happens here. We are 15th, but we've not played our 8th game. If we win this, we could go right up the table, as you can see. So hopefully we play well. I only chosen Dunn over Kent because Dunn was the other defender that had really good stats, right? These 2 were the 2 in the championship that were the best, I think. Assistant manager says, go and put on a show. As far as the Moneyball goes, we've got the 2 best centre-backs we could possibly have got, the stats we were looking at right now, playing at centre-back together. He prefers to be on the right. He doesn't care. So it could not be touched, anymore in our favours. Ball goes in, done. And the only thing I don't like about him being left centre back is the left centre back gets on the end a lot of the set pieces, and he does not do very well. He misses a lot. That was an example. Corners are another. So I can either mess around with the corners and have them switch, which is probably what I'll do. But I don't want to touch it because the corners work as they currently are. Hawks is going to do a long throw. We're going to get to this. No, we're not. Keeper's good. Jet steer. Right, don't kick it from there. Travel out with it. Why would you kick it from there? Okay, better. There we go. Now you can kick it if you want. He's gone to bowler. Get into space, Hogan. You want the ball? Jesus Christ. Give it to him while he's pressed. Go back into Jimmy Dunn. And also, Kent is terrible on the ball. I noticed he just pings and gives it away a lot. So it's good to have our ball playing defender actually be somebody that hopefully is. It can't be any worse. He could be as bad, but he can't be worse than Kent. Smithy's going to kick this long. They're going to get a bit of space. Vincent Young, who's playing for them now on the left wing back. Oh, come on. Vincent Young, left wing back. You've got to be shitting me. And they nearly scored as well. Half time, no. I'm going to say, don't lose faith. It's the highlight here. And it's going to be into Bowler. Bowler's going to play into Josh Coyote, who's probably going to be the first sub to come off. Dylan Horgan. Or Darryl Horgan, is it? Ledson. Far post to Cornick. Headed away. Barkerson should easily get to this first. He does. He's going to cross it now. Does. Far post. I mean, come on, boys. I'll have it. Back to Volks. Robson Kanu. This could be a chance for them. Kanu. Sang. This is just a never-ending highlight. It's going to be a goal. Oh, it's just over. First sub, Josh Coyote is going to come off. And we're going to throw on, I think Wilkes has to go on. Rickett Wilkes has just gone to the pitch. Wow. I mean, there are super subs, and then there's that. You can see he's still coming off from the bench onto the pitch when he scores this. What a finish, 1-0. Look, he's still coming into position from the bench. He takes one touch, shoots, and that's 1-0 to Barnsley. You can say you can only laugh when that happens for you, but it did happen against me with Barcelona, my Barcelona save on camera that was as well. But I think it didn't cost us in the end. In the Champions League semi-final against, I think it was in the semi-final against Arsenal as well. Okay, Jerry Yates is going to come off. We're going to throw on, I think Burkhart is the right striker. The highlight is a corner, it's whipped in, and it's headed away. We're going to get to this. Burkhart's going to finally get to it. Ryan Ledson to Dunn. Dunn's going to play it back to the keeper. He got not many options now. Goes long. Burkhart's never going for. Oh, he's got to it. Oh, that's what he does best. And there's a highlight though. Burkhart's got it. Just shoot. Get it out of play, Burkhart. This is what he does. He does all this and then he misses. That's just, I don't understand it. And the highlight's not over. This could be a legitimate highlight. I don't believe it. Thank you, goalkeeper. Jimmy Dunn gets beat a lot in the air when I watch matches. But he could be dropped. Like for Frankie Kent. It's a highlight for Cardiff. Whipped in, head it, away bowler. Oh my God. It's just awful. Highlight for Cardiff. They have the ball. Play slowly at the back. They go long. Bowler win that. Good. Horgan has it. Straight red. We'll go 4-2-4. That piece. Harrop whips it in. Horgan, if he... Oh. Come on. Oh, brilliant. Dacker's out for 2 months. Fantastic. Going to try Admiral and Jerry for the next game. I mean, I just run out of ideas what to do up front and on the left. But Horgan had one good game. He's not played well since. So, I don't know. What's so frustrating about this is I know for a fact if we'd have got like a couple of wins at the start of the season, got on a little bit of a run, this squad would be winning every game. It's all down to form morale. That's what the most frustrating thing is. There's no way we'd throw away that win there. News to bring you. Yep, 2 months for Bradley Dack, and now Frankie Kent is also out. So it's like the game can hear what I'm saying. Right, we go into this game then against Crystal Palace, and Burkhart back on the right, Admore up front. I want to be positive, but I've seen this before. Cornick on the left-hand side. This highlight is like very high up in the pitch. Point it back to Harry Kane, Herbie Kane. Oh, counter-attacks on, 2v2. He shot from distance. They're going to go long from the goal kick. Are we going to win this? Done. Does Joey Yates, Kane. Burkhart's in, please, Nishan. Oh, he's finally scored one. Nishan Burkhart on the right wing. 1-0 to Barnsley. Good ball from Herbie Kane. Joey Yates plays this off initially into Herbie Kane, and wow, nice from Nishan Burkhart. That extra bit of pace, he's got, I think, 17-16 for pace and acceleration against a quick fullback in Dalbert. Like Dalbert. That's what we're up against the former Interland players. Cornick gets on the left-hand side, plays it to Herbie Kane, to Admiral, to Jerry Yates, to Admiral. Nice football between the two, and that is what our strikers do. Seems to get good match ratings and he links up well, but he doesn't seem to score a lot. Admiral, which is fine if the other striker does, but the other one isn't. Then plays back to Steer. You've got options. Oh, he's gone long into Admiral, who doesn't ever win a header, but he's gotten behind, play it across. Why would you shoot? Why would you shoot? Sam Gallagher, I need to sign you. Are they going to score from this? No, we get away with it finally. Finally, we make a mistake and get away with it for once. We're not just punished instantly. Admiral on the left-hand side to Boller, to Admiral. Obi Kane. Oh, Admiral, come on. Potts. No. Throw into the left-hand side for them. We clear it. Jerry Yates gets to that. He's not going to get away from those. He's got to release this. Nishan Burkart's going to have a chance now at playing it into Barkusen. That looks so out of sync. It's ridiculous. Got there. 2-0. Jerry Yates, thank you. He gets us out of trouble, Jerry Yates. He's almost like doing the number 10, the big striker's job for him. He holds it up and gets us out and then supports the attack late. Even though he's more of a finisher. I don't know how quick he is. He's at least a little bit quick and agile. I know he's not absolutely lightning from what I remember having it before. Kane plays it across to Barkusen. Into Burkhardt, who beats his player. Oh, he's looking dangerous, Burkhardt on the right-hand side finally. This is what he looked at. This is what he looked like the game before. I think it was last episode when I used him. He was just unreal and would go in and out of players and then would just shoot like 10 yards wide or fire it across goal to nobody. So it's nice to see him actually get a game where he plays well and gets the results for it. Owen Dale can replace him though because he's done his job. Barkusen's done a good match rate. Let's get him off as well. Herbie Kane has it, drives at the defence and plays it to Admiral, Boller, to Josh Coyote. On the left-hand side's going to whip in across. Nope, back to Kane. We're going to retain the ball, stay on it. Pings a great ball to the overload with Kake. Plays it across, Admiral scores 4-0 to Barnsley, that's better. Highlight straight afterwards. Going to play out around the back to Boller, to Kane, to Potts. Potts is terrible. Well, Kake, Dale, Potts, Kane, Admiral. He's got options, gives it to Josh on the left-hand side. Back into Kane, to Admiral, to Potts. Yep, that's what he does. They've gone full lock press here, 4v4. We go long, we lose it, we get it back. Owen Dale's got to play him in. Oh, he had to play Jerry Yates in then, surely. He was in. Oh, could be 4-3. No, Kane gets it. Jerry Yates, Admiral. Kake was going to whip in a cross. Josh Coyote, Admiral, 5-2, game over. Well done, Josh, and well done, Admiral as well. And that is going to do it. I'm going to say I'm proud of the performance. I am proud of that because that was good. Out of form against the good Crystal Palace team away from home. That is a good result. Okay, so unlike the recreations where we want to keep coming back to see how the recreations are going, this one, I suppose, in between transfer windows, it's more about it's more a little bit more like a let's play in between transfer windows. It's not a let's play, but it's more a little bit more like it, right? So we can afford to. What I'm saying is we can afford to skip more games than we would do like in a recreation. So I don't want to skip loads because I think it's important to see that this is on a knife edge still, right? You go on a good run, you could be right up there. You go on a losing run, we could be back down there. Okay, it's the Winter World Cup this year, right? So let's come back for the Birmingham and Sheffield Wednesday games here. And the reason is those are the last two games before the Winter World Cup. So it makes sense to come back there. We can go through all the stats at that point. We can almost do like a mid-season review and look at all the stats of the players and who should be in the first team going into the winter break, the other side of winter break. And then also what we're going to look at for transfers going into the next part of the season. If we're doing well, I'm hoping the board to give me like an extra bit of money, especially in wages, just to get some players in. But if they don't, I think that by the time it comes on to January, we should be able to get offers for like Bree. We could potentially sell Burke. We don't need him. We'd probably sell a few players there. But yeah, anyway, that's going to do it. Thankfully, we got to a point where we've got forwards that can score and create chances. We're still not very good defensively, but we're getting there. And that's going to do the episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.